Welcome students. In this video we are continuing with our chapter 7 coordinate geometry and we are deriving section formula here. Now first of all, if I have a line segment AB and A and B are 2 points and AB is a line segment, if P divides AB into 2 parts such that AP is to PB is M is to N, where P is a point on AB, that means suppose something like this. If I break this, if this is a line segment and I am breaking it from here, so it is divided into 2 parts. See this point, this is my P. So one part is this and the other part is this green one. So P is a point here, this is my point P. P is a point on this line segment, this point P. This divides this line segment AB in 2 parts. One is this white part and the other is a green part. Since P lies on AB, so this is called internal division. In the ratio M is to N. So AB is a line segment, P is a point on AB such that P divides AB in the ratio M is to N. So AP is to PB is M is to N. This is called internal division. And if P is not a point on AB, suppose P lies on AB produced somewhere here, P, such that AP is M and BP is N. So P lies on AB produced. If P lies on AB produced such that AP is to BP is M is to N, this is called external division. We call this external division. So we call P divides this line segment externally in the ratio M is to N. And this is internal division if P lies on AB such that AP is to PB is M is to N. So we call it internal division. So this is internal division and this is external division. And children, in your syllabus we have internal division only. So we will be concentrating on internal division. So now let us derive section formula. Now if we have a line segment, if I have a line segment AB, let's take in the Cartesian plane now. This is my Cartesian plane. X, X dash, O, this is Y dash and this is Y. Let's take the line segment AB as somewhere here. AB. This is my A and this is B. The coordinates of B are x2, y2 and the coordinates of A are x1, y1. Let us take a point P somewhere on AB. Let's take it here. And the coordinates of the point of division is xy. It divides this in the ratio M is to N. The ratio here is M and this is N. I need to find a formula which will give me the coordinates for x and y. So let's drop the perpendiculars first of all, children. This is the perpendicular. What is this distance? This is y1. This perpendicular distance is y and this perpendicular distance is y2. Let's write down these distances. This is y1, this is y and this distance is y2. Now let me mark the x distance, the perpendicular distance from y-axis also. This is my x coordinate from here. Perpendicular distance from y-axis of a point is the x coordinate. And here is x2. This distance is nothing but x2. So this is my x1, this is x x1 and this is x2. Anyhow, now if I join this, see here, if I AP is the hypotenuse of this right triangle, and BP is the hypotenuse of this right triangle. We completed right triangles here. Let's give them name. This is APQ and this is BP. Let's call it T. BPT. This is also right triangle. Now AP is the hypotenuse of this right triangle APQ and BP is the hypotenuse of the right triangle BPT. Let me find out the distance AQ. Distance AQ will be, this complete is, what is this complete distance? This is x and this is x1. So this is x minus x1. Similarly, the distance PT, this complete is x2 minus x. So this is x2 minus x. Now let's concentrate on PQ. This complete is y and minus this one, which is y1. So this is y minus y1. And similarly, B2 is nothing but y2 minus y. So we got these. Now children, see these triangles, triangle AQP and triangle PTB. Now triangle ATQ and triangle PTB. I have angle Q, this angle 1 and this is angle 2. Angle 1 equal to angle 2 equal to 90 degree. And angle PAQ, APQ is the name of the triangle is APQ and the other is PTB. Angle PAQ is equal to angle BPT. Name of this triangle is AQB. I need to write the names properly. AQP. Sorry here. Because we are writing right angle vertex in the middle. AQP and PTB. Angle 1 and angle 2 is 90. Angle PAQ is equal to angle BPT. These are what kind of angles are these? These are perpendicular lines. All these lines are parallel. So these angles will be corresponding angles. So they are equal. Now therefore by AA similarity, two angles of this triangle is respectively equal to the two angles of the other triangle. So we call these triangles similar. By AA similarity, triangle AQP is similar to triangle PTB. If the triangles are similar, we have the sides proportional. Which sides will be proportional? Sides will be the AQ and PT. So we have AQ by PT equal to QP by TB, QP by TB equal to, we will have this AP and PB, AP and PB. So if the two triangles are similar, their sides are proportional. So we have written the size proportionality. So let us now write down what are these sides. What is AQ? Let's write down what is AQ. AQ is x minus x1, x minus x1 by, what do we have? PT, AQ by PT. PT is nothing but x2 minus x is equal to, now we have QP. QP is y minus y, y minus y1, y minus y1 by TB. TB is this y2 minus y equal to AP. AP is nothing but m and this is nothing but n. So we got this. We are interested in what? What are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out the coordinates of the point of division. And what are the coordinates of point of division? X and Y. So I am looking for X and Y. Actually, do we get these two relations? Can I write this as m by n, and this also equal to these equal to m by n. Right, children? Now, can I cross multiply this? N into x minus x1 equal to m into x2 minus x, and n into y minus y1 equal to m into y2 minus y. Let us simplify this. This gives me nx minus nx1, mx2 minus mx, and let's draw a line here. Ny minus ny1, my2 minus my. So we are interested in finding x and y. So let me bring the terms containing x on one side. So this is mx plus nx equal to, I am taking all other terms on the other side. First write the term of this side, and now nx1. Similarly here I am bringing the terms of y on one side and the other terms on the other side. So this gives me x common m plus n is equal to, now what can we do here? Nothing common, so we will write as it is only. And here we get y common m plus n equal to m by 2 plus n by 1. That's it. So this gives me x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, and y is equal to m by 2 plus n by 1 by m plus n. Therefore, coordinates of P are mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n and m by 2 plus n by 1 by m plus n. This is our section formula. This formula is called section formula because it gives the coordinates of a point which divides the given line segment in the given ratio m is to n. Now how do we remember this? We have an easy way of remembering. If AB is a line, x1, y1 are the coordinates of A, x2, y2 are the coordinates of B, and P coordinates are x, y, and the ratio is m is to n. So how do we write the x coordinate of P? X coordinate of P will be m into the x coordinate of this plus n into the x coordinate by m plus n. See, m into x2 plus n into x1 by m plus n. So that means ratio and the coordinate on the farther end, x coordinate, n and the coordinate of the x coordinate of the farther end, right? Similarly, for the y coordinate I have m into y2 and this n into the y coordinate of this point by m plus n. This is how we write. So this is our section formula, children. mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, m by 2 plus n by 1 by m plus n. The section formula, though the derivation doesn't come in the exam, but you should know from where and how do we get the formula. You just need to apply the formula and learn the formula. Now another important thing, if this point P divides this given line segment in 1:1 ratio, AB, this is x2, y2 and this is x1, y1, and P divides us in the ratio 1:1, suppose. So what do we get if it divides in the ratio 1:1? If it divides in the ratio 1:1, then children, what do we call this point as? Yes, it's a midpoint. P divides, P is the midpoint of AB. If P is the midpoint of AB, now again let's apply section formula. What will happen? This into the x coordinate, 1 into x2 plus 1 into x1 by 1 plus 1, and here 1 into the y coordinate, y2 plus 1 into the y coordinate here, y1 by 1 plus 1. So I get the coordinates of P, x2 plus x1 by 2 and y2 plus y1 by 2. So can I write x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2? So we have, therefore, midpoint formula we derived. Since it was general, we can conclude that this is a midpoint formula. In order to find the coordinates of a midpoint, we can directly apply this x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So this is the midpoint formula. Now one more thing, children. If we need to find the ratio in which this line segment is divided. Suppose now the ratio is not given. AB, the coordinates are x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. And this is the point of division. Its coordinates are given but the ratio is not given. So we need to find the ratio now. Earlier the ratio was given and we were finding the coordinates. Now the coordinates are given but we need to find the ratio. How do we do? If I take the ratio m is to n and apply section formula, it becomes a complicated one. Because m and n, two unknown quantities, we will have to solve for those two unknown quantities. Now it becomes easier if we take ratio k is to 1. Then we have just one unknown quantity and we will have to solve one equation and the question will be easy and time saving. So let always remember, whenever you need to find ratio, we will take the ratio k is to 1. And section formula, again the section formula will become k times x2 plus 1 into x1 by k plus 1 and k times y2 plus y1 by k plus 1. So if we need to find out ratio, we will take the ratio k is to 1 always and the formula will become kx2 plus x1 by k plus 1, ky2 plus y1 by k plus 1. If we have to find out midpoint, the formula is x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. If we need to find ratio, the formula is kx2 plus x1 by k plus 1, ky2 plus y1 by k plus 1. In order to find midpoint, x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. And in order to find the point coordinates of point of division when the ratio is given, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, my2